correspondent Nicola Hill takes us through the situation. And Nicola, just when we thought there wasn't enough to be worried about already when it comes to coronavirus, now there's this new strain. What more do scientists know about this specific strain of coronavirus and where it came from?
Well, as you just said there, Rachel, they think it comes from Spain, from Spanish farm workers. And it's worth explaining that as the virus spreads, the genetic material inside slightly mutates. They call them little typos. And that's how they're able to identify these different variants of a virus. So this particular one was found in these Spanish farm workers, these agricultural workers. There was a super spreading event, which is when one person infects many, many more, which meant that it then translated over into the local population. Many local Spanish people became infected. And this was at the beginning of summer when Spain lifted a lot of its travel restrictions, and so there were many holidaymakers, particularly from Europe, particularly from here in the UK actually, and in Ireland. They went on holiday in Spain because there was a lot of easing of restrictions. When these people then came back, the screening, particularly at airports, certainly not here in the UK, not very much rigorous quarantining. It wasn't necessary at the time when you came back from Spain. And that's how this variant of the virus has been allowed to spread. Dr. Emma Hodcroft, who's the lead author of the study that's followed this, says what's happened here is it's a failure of behaviour, really, that's the issue, because of these three issues with the travel. And she says that's why this variant of the virus has been allowed to spread so widely. I must point out that this is a preprint of the study, which means it's not been peer reviewed at the moment. But it's scientists in Spain and Switzerland who've been working together on this.
So, Nicola, how concerned should we be about this? Because as we know, the flu virus, for example, mutates and changes. But do we know anything more about this particular coronavirus? I mean, does it spread more easily? Is it more deadly? Do we know anything like that?
Well, it certainly seems to spread more easily. Now, there's hundreds of variants of the coronavirus of Covid-19, but not that many have spread as quickly as this particular one. But we don't think, or so Dr. Hodcroft is saying at the moment, is that she doesn't necessarily think that it's any more dangerous than any of the other ones. It's just a very small, slight variant. It's like a typo, and that's how they're able to identify it. Obviously, they are doing more research, they're looking at that, but they don't think it's necessarily any more dangerous than any of the other ones. One of the reasons, unfortunately, that or perhaps fortunately, that the virus isn't having to dramatically mutate is because it's already being very effective. It is, infecting many, many, many people. What often happens is, as a pathogen like this infects lots of people and mutates over time, it sometimes becomes less fatal, less dangerous, because it doesn't want to keep killing its host. But this particular one, they're going to do more studies, they're going to keep looking at it. But at the moment, Dr. Hodcroft thinks it's just a failure of behaviour, and that's why it spreads so easily. She doesn't think it's necessarily any more dangerous than the other hundreds of variants of coronavirus that are going around the world at the moment.
All right, Nicola Hill in London. Nicola, thank you.